We are back. One woman is dead after hitting an elk on I-25 in Douglas County. But that crash, that impact is not what killed her. Up to 12 people were involved after the first crash. After hitting the elk, the woman got out of her totaled vehicle, then was hit and killed by another driver. And there you see the aftermath. This all happened southbound I-25 between Happy Canyon and Meadows Parkway. That's just a little bit north of Castle Pines. CBS 4's Connor McHugh live tonight along the interstate. Connor, just a sad and devastating story. And we do know this time of year you can always expect to see the occasional wildlife.
Yeah, Jim, Colorado Parks and Wildlife says spring and fall are when you will see wildlife on the roads the most, but really it's part of being a Coloradan to have those encounters really any time of the year. And while you can't avoid every single incident, you can make sure you're safe from most of them if you follow what experts say, which includes being aware and focused on the road and knowing what to do in different situations. For more than 6 hours Monday, a deadly multiple-car wreck in Castle Pines shut down parts of southbound I-25. State Patrol says it started when a driver hit an elk. With her vehicle disabled, she got out of her car and was hit by another driver.
Generally, when you strike an animal, the safest place for your vehicle, if it's inoperable, is to get it to that breakdown lane. But at highway speeds, and if the vehicle is rendered inoperable because of the animal collision, that's tough.
That's Skylar McKinley with AAA Colorado. He says generally, when stuck in the road, it's best to make yourself visible, get to the shoulder, and call local authorities.
In a traffic lane, you're not necessarily safe inside of your vehicle because you might get into a collision. Oncoming traffic might hit your disabled car. And you're also not necessarily safe outside of your vehicle.
According to CDOT data, there are thousands of wildlife incidents every year on Colorado roads, sometimes resulting in injury and very rarely death. In 2020, this same stretch of I-25 had among the highest number of roadkill reports for Metro Denver highways. McKinley says it's important to wear a seatbelt, not be distracted, and never swerve.
If you don't think you can avoid missing the animal, hit the animal, because that's a lot safer than swerving into oncoming traffic or into roadway obstacles.
Now, in the area of I-25 just south of here, known as the Gap, CDOT is actually in the process of putting in wildlife fencing as well as some underpasses. And the agency is also in early discussions with Colorado Parks and Wildlife right now about possibly putting more of that wildlife fencing around Castle Rock and Castle Pines as well. Live in Castle Pines, Connor McHugh covering Colorado First.